Welcome back to Dorks with the 12-Sided Guys. I'm Matt, and I'm playing as Dirk Wagner. Yeah, that's right. We have Sabrina as Nora.
Oh, hey there, folks.
Jordan as Sorik.
I doubt that.
Tana as Echo.
Hey, y'all.
And as the Dungeon Master, it's Scott.
I did no prep for this episode.
Guys, can you believe that we're already 13 sods into the campaign?
Oh, no.
It's been
Unlucky
great.
13?
Give me them sods.
Yeah. Dude, time flies when you're having fun with your best buds, co-writing the greatest story ever conceived, am I right? Let's reminisce a bit. That sounds nice. Hey! Hey, do you guys remember that one time everyone in Tharndale woke up dead and we reminded our listeners that they can rate and review us 5 stars? Good
That
times.
was a crazy time.
Good times. Hey, or what about when we shredded a bunch of stuffed geese on that bridge and listeners can join other fans and talk with us on Discord? Good times.
Oh, the good years.
Times.
The feathers, the stuffing.
Or that one episode when Echo was dancing with a dapper kobold and you can get access to character sheets, DM notes, and bonus sods by supporting us on Patreon.
My favorite part.
One
Good
hop this
times.
time.
Love me
Good
some
times.
sods. Give me a little bit of that sod.
There's always room for another sod. I've made another sod. that was a terrible Australian accent, but I love that. Like,
It was great, though.
anyway, if you ever spent your hard-earned quarters trying to save the rock band Aerosmith from the oppressive New World Nation regime and their infamous leader Helga, then this podcast is for you. It's Reaper's Requiem, episode 13. You guys remember that game?
I don't.
It was an arcade game. It was a shooter, so you had like the mounted machine gun on the front of the arcade cabinet, and it was called Revolution X.
Ooh.
I feel like I remember that, but like I dreamed it, like a fever dream of that.
I honestly, when I saw that it was featuring Aerosmith, I never played it. I decided to never touch that game.
Oh.
No, don't get me wrong. I liked Get a Grip. That was a great album, but like they got overplayed, and it was Aerosmith. Come on. Now, if it had been the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, I would have been all in.
I was going to make a
Nice.
reference to a song, and then I realized I was thinking Air Supply and not Aerosmith.
I'm all out of love.
I think that's
lost
slightly
without
different.
you.
Oh, man.
All right, take it away, Scott.
All right, take it away, Tana.
Dear Nella, I hope this letter finds you. I mean, I hope it finds you well, too, but it's got to find you first. I'm leaving it with the front desk, where you left those 2 healing potions for us. Thanks for those, by the way. We're all doing better than last night. I hope you fared okay, too. I don't know how much of the Roselight Pavilion you got to see when you stopped by, but it's a real fancy place. There's so many different kinds of people, it honestly sounds like the setup to a joke. A priest, an assassin, 4 nobles, a thief, 2 guards, and a duchess's son walk into a bar. I know you maybe weren't totally honest about yourself when we first met, which I don't hold against you, to be clear. I wasn't either. But were you being truthful when you said you come from somewhere far outside of Rosbane? I ask because my stock aren't city folk, and it's weird to be in a place where there's so many people around all the time, and it feels like everybody wants something from you, but nobody will just come out and say what. I was wondering if you maybe knew the feeling. And it's not just the people putting up fronts either. Like, I used to think if someone were to have the resources to live large, they'd do it literally. A big house with lots of doors leading to lots of rooms. But at the pavilion, everything's small on the outside, and there's only 1 door. I don't even know how many rooms there might be, but it sounds like staff can move them around at will. Only nobody better be in the rooms when they move them. What's even weirder is Dirk heard the building sneeze. And when we went to look closer, we found well, maybe I'll take a page out of your book and play that one close to the chest. One last thing, though. Keep your ear to the ground for those peace peddlers. We got reason to believe the attack at the Silver Lantern was targeted and not necessarily against the Duke. They might could have seen you fighting with us, and not that you can't hold your own, but just be careful, okay? Till next our paths cross, fare thee as well as I. Echo.
Did you do a might,
Amazing.
coulda, and fare thee as well as I in the same letter?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
10 out of 10.
That was
Amazing.
so great.
Amazing. Cool. Well, that was an excellent recap. I think the only thing that I will mention is that we also had a discussion with the Duke and some of the other advisors about the plan, and you're also rearranging the rooms so that you can be closer to the Duke. Where we left off, the players split the party, not too far from each other. They're on the same map still, at least. But Dirk, Echo, and Nora decided to walk through an invisible wall. The Dirk did some investigating. Dirk. I don't think it was Dirk. Was it Echo or was it Nora?
I think Nora passed the check. I think
I
Dirk
think it was
failed,
Nora,
and then Nora got it.
So Dirk kind of followed around the room, and then Nora noticed that the fireplace, the fire in it, was actually not real, and they all three decided to walk through the wall and found themselves in an L-shaped hallway leading around a corner where they came up to a massive, grand fireplace, 10 feet across, open, you could walk right into the fireplace, but then dangling from where the chimney would be was a crystalline structure with faintly glowing blue and yellow orbs within the crystals. It seems almost like a wind chime, like it's moving just slightly. There's no fire in this fireplace. Meanwhile, Sorek is watching guard in the bar, just keeping a lookout for the rest of the room. And that's where we find ourselves right now.
Do you guys think we should approach this thing? I think, we're in a hotel that can rearrange itself, and we don't want to get squished if we do something wrong. Maybe we just leave this thing alone?
But what if
Do
it's
you maybe
sick?
want to tickle it to make sure if it has some dust in its throat or something and it just needs to get a good sneeze?
Yeah.
You know what? I watched the third season of The Boys. I know that you don't make things sneeze when you're inside it.
Oh, man.
Actually, that's the reverse. Never mind. I'll cut that.
That was a disgusting episode.
Sorry, so gruesome. Moving on.
In this room with you, there are a couple of bookcases, lots of books in them, and then there is actually a largish treasure chest near the fireplace.
Well, now I gotta open it because you said it was a treasure chest and not just like a trunk.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a trunk, but it's you know what? I did
But
say
there's
treasure
in
chest.
there.
If I put a chest on there, there's gonna be treasure in it.
Well,
But maybe ask permission, though? Because maybe it's that thing's.
I had been using my feel the vibration tremor sense, but I think at this point, it only lasts a minute. It's probably, my second use is probably expired by now. So, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm really worried about flipping switches or pushing buttons it's like we're operating heavy machinery with no idea what we're doing. We're like little kids who found the forklift still turned on. And as I approach it, Dirk will move a little bit closer, within 10 feet to see if it reacts to our presence getting closer.
Why don't you make a perception check as you're walking a little bit closer?
Oh, it's only a 10, the least funny roll.
You notice that the colors in the crystals are blinking, and there's a faint sound of the crystals kind of tapping each other, almost like there's a wind. You don't feel any wind, but almost like there's a wind, and the crystals are moving just gently, and there's like the sound of a large, heavy wind chime. Not like a soft one that you'd have at your house, but big kind of like gonging, crystalline sounds as they're tapping each other.
Oh, I've seen this before. I think we have to tap the crystals in the same order that it's tapping.
Oh, yeah. You'll open up. You'll get a golden walnut or something.
Do you tap the crystals?
I was making a joke. Echo is not tapping the crystals right now.
I think Dirk was the one who kind of was feeling the house's vibration, or I just keep thinking of the monster house, the hotel's vibrations. So I think he might be the one who knows best.
Do I get the impression that these crystals are somehow intelligent or living, or does it just kind of look like a chime right now?
You rolled a 10.
Yeah.
It looks like a chime.
Okay. I mean...
And the lights are blinking a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, so to Dirk, this looks like some kind of control panel, maybe.
Yeah.
Some way to control things.
Am I able, I don't remember if I did this last time, but like, am I able to roll like Arcana or something to see if I can get a vibe from it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay,
you can
let's
recall.
see. 19.
Okay.
Ooh.
So as you're examining this, Nora, you get the distinct impression.
But Nora did not walk as close as Dirk and Echo did. Just want to say that.
Yeah.
Nora's hanging back a little bit. This is observations from at least 20 feet away.
Yeah, Dirk and Echo are about 10 feet away from the fireplace, and Nora is about 25 feet away. Nora, as you're staring at this, you recognize like a pattern in the blinking and a pattern in the lights. You don't understand it, but you have the distinct impression that whatever this thing is, it is sentient and communicating.
Is it trying to communicate with us specifically or just like in general?
How would you determine that? What do you try to do?
I guess I just ask it. Are you trying to communicate with us, or are you just doing your own thing over there?
Dirk will sing, bom, 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 bom. That might be a little old for some of our listeners. That's from the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Excellent movie. Because you got a 19, I will say that you get the impression that it's communicating with you guys.
Blink rapidly if you're talking to us.
It starts to blink rapidly.
Oh shit, guys! It knows we're here. I guess at least we can communicate yes or no questions.
What do we do? You need help? Are you okay?
Are you sneezing?
It answers.
It blinks.
It blinks.
Okay. Here we gotta come up with like a language now. Okay. So, blink fast for yes. Blink slow for no. Are you okay? Do you need help from us? Sorry, that's two questions. Are you okay?
One question at a time, Dirk.
We're not very good at this.
It starts to blink fast. It blinks fast when you say, "Are you okay?"
All right. Do you need help from us?
It continues to blink fast.
Did you need us to open this treasure chest and loot through it and take anything that looks interesting? Can you give that permission?
It does not blink. It stops blinking.
Knew it. Dang it. Too good to be
But
true.
it doesn't say no. It just stops blinking.
Do you need your help, or do you need help with your sneezy vibes? Is that specifically something we can help with?
It doesn't know how to respond. So
That's
it starts.
fair. That's a really anthropomorphizing this creature.
Are you sick?
It blinks yes.
Oh. Hey Nora, do you have any spells that would cure a cold?
I mean, yeah, like I could, cure some wounds. But sure, I'll try it. I'll cast a first level cure wounds on this guy.
Really quickly, actually, all of a sudden you hear, "What the hell is that?" Sork got tired of waiting and decided to walk through the the fireplace and came around and saw this weird thing.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry. Glad you're here. We found the house's brain, for lack of a better word.
It's talking to us.
Okay.
It is sick. It has a cold. And Dirk is trying to convince me to cast Cure Wounds on it. Give him a little kiss on the forehead.
Yeah,
If this thing is also what's keeping the rooms intact, do you think it's a good idea that we be interacting with it?
you said it needed our help.
Yeah, we asked it consent. I wouldn't
Said
just
he was
kiss anything on the forehead.
And what if you liberate or fix this thing and all of a sudden it decides to collapse all of the rooms while we are stuck inside of them?
I mean, that sounds like that's its prerogative if we're invading its body like that. If it has to do an abortion, it's got to do what it's got to do. I believe in choice.
Yeah,
Building the autonomy?
Yeah. Clearly it's sentient. We asked it. Well, okay, Machine, if we cure you, are you going to, or House, if we cure you, are you going to abort everybody inside and mix all of our guts around?
It pauses for a moment.
Oh, no.
See?
And
What
does
does
not
that
answer.
mean?
Oh, man. Okay.
Maybe you try just being more direct. If we help you, will you hurt the people in here?
It blinks no.
Okay.
What if
Will you
it's
stay at a
lying,
hotel?
guys?
Will you stay at a hotel?
So for the listeners, I'm like rolling things in the background. It does not answer that
You
question.
have rolled so low. 6, 8, and 1.
There is a chest by the wall. There's also books on the shelves.
Oh, there's books?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, look at all these books. Sork's gonna look around at those and say, please don't do anything with this thing just yet. Not until we at least know what we're doing.
I don't think, hey, do the workers ever come back here? Do you interact with the people who also work here?
It blinks yes, and then it pauses and blinks no.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is,
Sorry,
Quit cavorting with the building.
Roll me an odds and evens, Sorik, as you just like perusing the bookshelf.
Alrighty. Let's do 14.
Okay. As you're kind of like looking over the books, you kind of reach out and you pull one out because it's a lot smaller than the rest. Most of the other books seem like regular books. This one, as you pull it out, it looks like a children's book. And it says, "When Kings Go Night-Night."
Huh. Suppose there's got to be some sort of a instruction manual. Do you think it prefers kids' books? Sork's just going to be flipping through it because why not?
Yeah. Why don't you make like an investigation check as you're looking at this?
Sure. Investigation. Oh yeah, I rolled a 2 for a 3.
Awesome.
I think he immediately drops this book and he's like, this is clearly stupid. I don't know. No, he'll look through it, but I don't know that he's going to deduce very much from this.
Okay. It's very, very old. The book is small and it's square, and it's got thick covers and kind of rounded corners. It really worn from a lot of use. This was printed a long, long time ago. And it's written in rhyme.
It talks about goblin guys.
And there's a couple of pages, and each page has a couple lines and then a picture. And so this is what the children's book says. When a king goes night-night, hush and wait. The crown stays still, it knows its fate. Old goblin words from long ago tell who may rise and who says no. They ring the bells and bar the door, as done by those who ruled before. Rosvain listens, quiet, true, till ancient voices choose anew. And there's a couple of pictures. The first page is a crown like a very smiling anthropomorphized crown that's tucked into like a tiny little bed. The next page is 3 friendly goblins holding hands in a circle. The third picture is the city of Rosbane, but drawn as like a big smiling face. The fourth picture is a child ringing an enormous bell. And the last picture is a long road with tiny boats, carts, and footprints.
There are more notes here than what Scott just shared. I just want to call out that one of the goblins is wearing a very serious hat.
Okay, sometimes when I write, I get very silly. And
Well, this doesn't sound silly. This sounds very serious, actually.
Very serious.
It sounds. I mean, it sounds like the way they choose a new king. Like this sounds like what's going to happen here in just a matter of days. Hey,
Remember how we went to that goblin ruins?
yeah. Hey, wait though. Excuse me, hotel. You want to should we just call you what? Roselight? Roselight? Did you want us to read you a bedtime story?
it blinks no.
Okay. I thought that would have been an easy solution. Okay.
Would cure wounds help you of your ailment?
Oh my goodness. I don't
kiss on the forehead?
know if we want to heal this thing.
I'm asking. I'm not going to do it. I'm just thinking about it, girl.
It
What
does
if it's
not
like
answer you.
deliberately kept weak so that way it doesn't just collapse every room in on everybody else?
Then
You
that's
guys-
messed up. And we got to free it.
Yeah, that's a system that deserves to be torn down.
So,
Yeah,
So-
I agree, but maybe not with us inside of it. That's all.
guys, when I was a little kid, I remember my one of the caretaker at the orphanage I grew up in had this old comedy album, and this guy did this whole routine about this thing called a mimic. So I learned about these things called mimics, and I'm worried we might be staying inside of a giant mimic.
You might be in a mimic.
If your hotel has the sniffles and you walk through an invisible fireplace wall thing, you might be in a mimic.
I think I've heard that one before.
Yeah,
It's
my-
hilarious.
my favorite comedian.
What murder? It looks like Echo walked back outside of the fireplace to keep watch.
Yep.
Do you want us to talk to the people who work here to get you the help you need?
It blinks no.
Oh, shoot,
Are you a
guys.
prisoner
No.
or not free?
No.
No, okay.
Okay.
All right,
That's
I think we
something.
leave. Let's leave Calcifer alone, and maybe
As I was making this token, it kept doing Calcifer, so I had to say, do not make Calcifer.
has anybody looked in that chest over there? Perhaps there's like a manual inside.
Fine, I'll flip it open.
If you insist.
Dirk is close enough to that, and he's definitely the closest to this entity, so he'll flip open the chest if it's unlocked.
It is locked.
It's locked, everybody.
Oh no.
Nothing I can do.
Sorry.
Sounds
What are we going to do?
all right.
Here, I'm gonna look at the bookshelves while you tamper with that. I think Sharon already made it pretty clear that you can mess with locks.
Well, let's see if we can do something with it.
You make your check, and Dirk, you find a book jumps out at you called the Registry of Extra-Dimensional Holdings.
Okay, when you said it jumped out at me, I thought that you were saying that it was also a mimic.
No. It did not bite your hand when you reached that. The title kind of jumped out at you,
Oh.
and that was the
Registry of Extra-Dimensional Holdings. The Roselight rest stop shall be recognized as a neutral hospitality locus, provided the following conditions are upheld. No guest shall be admitted without welcome. No welcome to be extended without witness. No witness shall speak for the house unless bearing the threshold key. Said key to be entrusted to the steward or their appointed successor. In the event of sickness, silence, or refusal, the house must not be forced. See applicable research on the subject of extra-dimensional sentient dwellings. Make an Arcana check. Okay, all right. I'll make an Arcana check while you talk with Zorik about his lockpicking attempt.
Okay. What did you get in your lockpicking?
So Zorik rolled an 11, but as he was doing it, his eyes kind of turned jet black as his Fiosrock kind of fired off, and it bumped it by an additional 1. If it succeeded, at least.
Unfortunately, that is not enough to succeed on this chest.
Well, fine. Then I didn't get to expend, or I didn't have to expend that dice. So,
Fine.
so there.
Keep it then.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Whatever.
All right, for my Arcana check, though, I did get a 22.
Ooh, okay. So with your Arcana check, you recognize some of the phrasing. It seems like academic shorthand. It's not like folklore. Like you think that someone at some point has done like formal, like arcane research or like an esoteric study into extra dimensional sentient dwellings. A great place to look for research on the subject would probably be the Athenaeum in town.
Okay. I think we can find out more at the Athenaeum. But this line here...
Doesn't that mention something about sickness, too?
Yeah, I think this line here, though, in the event of sickness, silence, or refusal, the house must not be forced. Are you being forced even though you're sick?
It blinks yes.
Oh, that's messed up stuff right there.
Will I get in trouble if I take this book with me?
It doesn't blink to that.
Okay. All right, so, I mean, this isn't like, if I took this, it wouldn't be me, like, actually accidentally removing your spleen or something.
It blinks no.
Okay. All right, I think if we get time, I mean, I feel bad for you. I don't know. It's almost like we need to go to the library and put together a case against the operators of the Rosvane or the Roselight rest stop and make sure that they're obeying these rules.
Yawn, says Zorik. No.
I know. While you guys are out there with the Duke doing the conversation in the quad, I'll sneak in and start doing research. Yeah.
So I can file an injunction.
I need to get a 3-ring binder. Guys, do you have any dividers with tabs? I need to go get my 3-ring binder.
You dog.
Okay. I'm going to look into this some more. We'll
be back for you, Roselight.
We will try to help you, yeah.
Make a perception check, Zorik. Everyone that's in there. Zorik is the closest.
And
got a 13.
1 sec.
Nora got a 5.
Also. So
Okay.
Zorik rolled a 17, but his eyes kind of turned jet black as his Fiosrock fired again, and he got a +4 to that for 21.
You, as you guys are kind of, saying your goodbyes and saying that you're going to come back, do research, that sort of thing, you feel like air coming out of this fireplace, like kind of towards you. You smell sulfur, and it smells very sick, and you get the impression that the house is feeling comforted, but you can smell some sort of taint on its breath.
Little farty, little yeasty. It had way too much bread.
There's a burpy girl over here.
Wait, do you have some kind of infestation?
That's not polite to ask on a first meeting.
I mean, you got to know before you. If I'm going to be sharing a bed with this thing, I need to know.
It blinks yes, and then it blinks no.
Can you take us to the problem area?
It blinks no.
Okay. Do you trust the people who work here?
It starts to blink yes, and then it pauses and blinks no again.
Okay, so that tells me that some people are trustworthy, some are not. Okay. Do you remember any of their names? Honestly, they were service people, so I just completely forgot they even existed as soon as I was out of the room.
They were a little creepy.
I think the lady at the front desk, the old elfin woman, her name was like Mira or Myra or something like that.
She was the boss, right?
Mira?
They
Yeah.
looked almost like related, too.
Yeah. Do you trust Lyra?
Lyra.
The other one was Fandalvia the Bold, I believe. Is that correct? No?
Let's see what it understands. It does not respond. It doesn't blink back anything.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I have Lady Theslin Coilglass. I don't know if I can't remember who that is. That's the name I wrote
Isn't that
down.
Sorik's new
Oh, was she at the
girlfriend?
bar?
Yeah, that's
Oh, okay,
Sork's
that was
new
somebody
cutie.
else. Never mind then. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I guess I'm not the only one who completely forgets your service workers as soon as they're out of eye shot.
I think I was close.
Oh man.
Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll try to figure out how we can help you. I'm sorry it's so hard to understand you, though. We just are speaking two different languages. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Yes.
Okay.
Echo, make a perception check as you're kind of standing there,
Oh,
kind of guarding the
okey-dokey.
fireplace.
That is a 15.
Okay. There are two things that you notice. The first thing is Sharn has made her way back to the bar and is sitting with her old friend. The second thing you notice...
Noted. Sharn is a lush. Okay.
You find this on the ground in the corner just south of you. There's a crumpled letter.
Oh, this is from the assassin that was sitting down there, I think.
Oh, no.
It says, "Do you tire of soft gills and empty pockets? Count every kill, earn coin, and shadow in equal weight. Eben's toll is ruthless, but pays better than the Black Ledger. Your talents are wasted as a bathhouse wench. We have a new client, and I need more knives in the dark. This offer won't last forever. If you haven't picked a side when the conflict breaks out, I can't promise your safety." The name of the signature is soaked. Oh no, that was because it was going to be somewhere else. It's not actually soaked. Let me give you.
Huzzah!
Let me give
Thank
you
goodness
a name.
for comfy common rooms.
I thought you were going to find this outside, actually.
Man, we are so inobservant.
I know. Can I tell you the amount that I kicked myself when I realized the thing that Scott was like, "You guys forgot something. We didn't frisk the dang halfling when we caught him." And we would have
that was what you
and
forgot.
we would have found more of the pictures and not just Sorik's of what they were
Oh,
crafting us.
man.
We are
Yes.
unobservant.
It is signed I, Thane. So the letter I with a period and Thane.
Okay.
So you don't need to make the insight check because because that part's not hidden anymore. So
Okay.
disregard that.
I Thane. Okay.
All right, Dirk is heading out.
Yeah, we'll come back to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys walk back through the into the common room, you notice that the younger elven woman is kind of looking around for you all. She's kind of looking around, and then as soon as she makes eye contact with you, she starts approaching, and it looks like Echo is Sorik somehow got on the other side of her. She motions you all to her, and she says, "Your rooms are ready. I can show you to them whenever you would like."
That would be wonderful. Hey, is there somebody in this hotel sick? I swear I hear loud coughing, but like underneath everything.
And as Dirk's saying that, I want to like hella read her body language and see like if she's the evil one or the good one.
Okay.
Like, does she look panicked that he said it?
Make an insight check.
Okay, 7.
She's
rolling real good.
So Miri looks at you, Dirk, and she says, "Well, in the hospitality business, there are always people that come to our lodgings that are sick, and they sometimes do spread their diseases. I apologize. We do our best to keep it clean. This is a magical home, and it is cleaner than any other establishment in the city. I guarantee you that. But I can't guarantee you that some of the other patrons aren't bringing illnesses with them when they arrive."
You know, the arcane is such an interesting and fickle thing. I have to imagine that the wizards and mages that maintain this place must be quite adept. Is it possible to have a chat with any of them, just purely for academic reasons?
Yes, our groundskeeper, Thero, he was outside the last I saw him. He's been working long days lately. If you'd like to talk to him, I'm sure he would have a conversation with you. I don't know. This building is quite old, hundreds and hundreds of years actually. It's quite an amazing building. And
Sork will say louder than he ought to, "Well, it looks great for its age."
you can feel the house blushing.
Yeah, it's a total hilf.
Oh man. She says, Thero was outside the last time I saw him. I'm sure you could find him on the grounds. He both tends to the home, but he doesn't actually like to come inside the building very often.
And he helps maintain the magical requirements?
Yes, he's quite skilled. He's studied as a wizard for many years.
Well, maybe
many
after
elven years. That means different things for different people.
Well, maybe after we check out our rooms, we can find this gentleman and inquire more.
Okay. Well, I will show you to your rooms. I have we had the building rearrange itself, so we have the Duke's rooms, and we have all of your rooms, all off of an adjoining hallway.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Okay, that's plenty close.
As you'll see, I mean, you've probably learned this by now, but we don't really have hallways. The home just opens itself up, and you find your way to where you need to be.
Echo, is Echo going to tell us about that note?
Yes, but once we are in our rooms, she doesn't want to say it in earshot of everybody.
Okay.
Yes, 100%.
So she walks down to the gateway, and she starts chanting again, and she starts off in Elvish, and then she transitions to Sylvan, and the gateway opens, and you guys can step into your rooms.
Oh, dude, check out this room. This is amazing. There's a bed, and
Is that a couch made out of a stuffed leopard? Amazing.
Mm-hmm. It's huge. There's a massive stuffed leopard on the wall.
Wow.
So you look at its giant phallus. Holy cow! Sorry,
you guys assumed the house was feminine. It's actually masculine. I'm just kidding. It opens up to a long hallway, and it's lit with seems like magical torches on the walls, and then there's 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hallway as you're walking down it, and then one bigger door at the very end of the hallway. And you guys can walk up to them and kind of explore your own rooms. As you guys open the doors, the home has rearranged itself again for each of you. It still has the same stone tile pattern, and it's like wooden walls and some stonework and designs around. But I would like each of you to describe, if that's okay with you, the room that you guys walk into. And it is extravagant.
I mean, there is obviously a giant stuffed leopard that is like a lounging couch, right? That's a given. So the rest of us can just come up with something else. We can all come up with one more thing.
Yeah. And each of you will find something personalized as well that I have.
Wait, is this like in our own individual room, or
Yes.
like is this okay?
As you guys open the doors, you have different rooms, individual for you.
Dora's is almost going to be like a combination between like Belle's library / like a writing desk, like just kind of like a very peaceful, cozy, but like lots of books, lots of parchment, like this kind of smell of like dusty tomes, with a canopy bed.
Awesome. As you are looking around, you see kind of these tomes, you're looking at them. They're mostly religious texts, and you're familiar with some of them. Maybe you've read some of them before. And as you're kind of like examining the room, you see some motifs of Mirren, and of like the room seems to be tailored to your tastes directly for you.
So specific.
And as you look at this canopy bed, you notice a letter on the pillow waiting for you. And I'm going to share it just with you, Nora. It is a letter from Midge.
Oh, Midge. Wait, how the hell did she get my address here? I didn't even know I was going to be here.
I don't know. Sorry, you can cut that.
No, I'm keeping that
in. Would
Also,
you like me to
Midge.
read? Nora, would you like to read the letter, or do you want to keep that for you and the patrons?
No, I would definitely would. I mean, we can read it out loud. I don't know if I would necessarily be reading it out loud to everybody, but I don't mind it. Also, Midge is my sister. She and I kind of we're kind of friends, but kind of had a falling out. I don't know. It's complicated. It's sister stuff. Nora, I have started this letter more times than I can count. I never knew what to say that wouldn't sound too late. I heard from a farrier that you're working again, properly this time, with the Church of Mirren, they said. I don't know what that truly means, but I was glad to hear you weren't drifting anymore. I worried about you after you left, more than I let on. I think about you often and about the years we let pass without much in between us. I told myself we were both busy and that the silence was easier than reopening old hurts. I don't think that was true. I think I was afraid. I'm sorry I didn't stay better connected to you. I'm sorrier still that I wasn't there when you needed someone who already knew you. I'm gonna cry. I remember Ollie. I won't pretend I knew him well, but I remember him, and I want you to know that. If you ever wish to write, I would like that, even if it's only a few lines. That was really nice.
That was really sweet.
Nora is going to, like, try not to cry too much on the letter so she can keep it and and fold it up and put that like in her like chest pocket, like as close to her heart as she can.
Why don't you make either like a perception or investigation check on the letter, just as you're kind of looking at it.
I do honestly kind of wonder how she found me too. 9 investigation.
The letter appears to be old. You don't know how long ago it was written, though.
Oh, okay. And do I have any inkling on like how it got here?
You have no idea.
Roselight, did you do something to get me this letter? Or is this just a coincidence? I don't know.
Somewhere in another room,
This
something
house
blinks
is
and you
messing
have
with
no
our
idea.
minds.
Yeah.
I don't
You're
know,
pretty
maybe
sure
the lights will start
blinking lights
flickering
might
or
blink.
something. it's
blinking
Stranger
all by
Things.
itself.
I'll get some Christmas
Yes,
lights.
go get some Christmas lights out of the attic. Okay, who wants to describe their room next?
I can go.
All
Mostly
right.
because I want to see if I have a letter too.
Oh, man.
So Dirk walks into his room and it has like a big 4-poster bed. Nothing like to write home about, just like a big comfy looking hotel bed. But what he does have on one whole wall is he's got, you know, those like in a dressing room or like a bridal store where they have like the 3 mirrors so you can see yourself from a bunch of different angles. So
Aw.
there's that.
I love this.
And then right next to it, there's a desk with like, normally it would be like little like a sewing kit, sewing supplies, but there's just a couple stones that Dirk immediately recognizes as they're these objects that are capable of casting the mending spell, as well as some kind of a chest that is basically to prestidigitate your clothes clean. And then there is a dressmaker's doll, like mannequin, for him to put his clothes up on so he can get all of his clothing looking nice. And then he also has like a basin with warm water, always warm, and a mirror and like a shaving kit so he can get his beard all taken care of himself. So it's basically so that he can get his drip all back together.
Yes, I love
He's
it.
basically in like a modern day hotel. He's got like an iron, hot shower all the time.
That's right. That's
Washer
right.
dryer in unit.
You gonna make noodles
There
using
is-
the little cup of the little
dear.
hot water kettle.
There is on one of the walls, there is a stand, featured right in the middle of one of the walls. And there is a 3-part stand for all 3 of the weapons that you carry. You know that they would fit perfectly if you put them down.
Okay. Actually, he's going to experiment because he's leaving his weapons all over the countryside and only bringing them out when he needs them. He's going to experiment to see if they can come into this space, since his space is technically, as far as he understands it, in an extra dimensional space.
Your weapon appears in your hand.
Okay. All right. Yeah. He'll get his stuff arranged, start getting his stuff clean before his adventures tonight.
Yeah. So as you start putting your stuff away and as you're putting your weapons on this stand, you notice a letter to Dirk. Wait, that's not right. It doesn't say Dirk on that letter. It says Twerk.
What? Oh, okay. Guys, it's a letter from Erin. Miss Erin, she was the caretaker of the Greywall House of Care where I grew up.
Aww.
Here's what it says. It says, Twerk, I hope it's not strange to hear from me after so many years. I've thought often of whether I should write at all and decided it was better to seem foolish than to remain silent. Life at Greywall continues much as it always has. Children come and go, lessons are taught, and the days keep their usual shape. Still, the reapings have been more frequent of late, and it has made many of us look backward more than is healthy. I find myself thinking of something you once said, though I cannot recall the exact words. You spoke, very plainly, about remembering people after they were gone. I remember thinking it was a child's way of speaking about grief. At the time, I told myself it was nothing. Lately, I'm less certain. When names are struck from the rolls here, others accept it easily enough. I do not. I keep thinking of you and wondering whether you were simply more observant than the rest of us, or whether you noticed something I was too busy to see. I hope for your sake that you are not making it up. I do not mean to burden you with this. You owe Greywall nothing. Still, if you are well, I would be glad to know it. And if you still remember the things you once claimed to, I would like to believe there was sense in it after all. Take care of yourself, Erin. Greywall House of Care. Kelduvin.
Oh. Is this like outside of our little group the first time that Dirk has had somebody like say that they believe him?
I think I think this is the first time he hasn't felt humored by somebody saying they believed him. If that makes sense. I think so, yeah. Or at least that they want to believe, that they're hopeful that he is right, and not that they're like, this guy's crazy, but he's useful, or he's friendly. This is his one quirk, So no, this is for, and also she called him Twerk. That's what he always claimed his name was. Here's the story of Twerk and Dirk, okay?
Oh man, tell me the story of Twerk.
Twerk and Dirk.
That's right.
Twerking and
Dirkin.
So when he was traveling with his mother and she was forgotten, and he was young, he was maybe 4 years old. He told everybody that his name was Twerk, and for whatever reason, the city he was in, they're like, that's not even a real name. So they convinced him that his name must be Dirk, which is an actual common name. And so when he first showed up at the orphanage, same thing. Like, my mom always called me Twerk, but he went by Dirk. And so the fact that she called him Twerk there was very kind.
Excellent. Who would like to go next?
I can have a go.
Yeah.
Describing the room, right?
Yeah, describe Sork's room. What is Sork
aside from the leopard couch.
So everyone has a leopard couch.
Oh, we all get one?
Everybody's got
The room
It's a
is
feature of the
perfectly
Roselight.
designed. Yeah, it's designed to your taste, except the leopard couch. That's there no matter what.
Actually, looking at the spot pattern there, I think mine's actually a jaguar.
And again, each leopard couch has an exceptionally large phallus.
Yes.
And that doesn't change.
It's an armrest.
So it looks like a well-appointed kind of aristocrats kind of room or dwelling place. There's like kind of fine carpentry and woodwork panels. There's chairs that are well cushioned, not just leopard print. I mean, there's also that. There's a table with what looks to be like some tissues and maybe a bottle of like a lotion of some sort. There's another.
Man. Oh no!
There's another side table also with some tissues and apparently another bottle of lotion. And oddly, a buffet also covered with bottles of lotion. And then Sork looks at all the walls and he sees these beautiful paintings of, appears to be a field with horses running through it. And then on the other side are more horses that appear to be walking through a river. And then there's one quite attractive horse that is galloping just over the bed itself. And Sork is like, what the hell is going on here?
There's one of Jericho with his denim shorts.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
So anyway, he looks around. It's well appointed. There are not a bunch of lotion bottles or paintings of horses. But there is one thing that does stand out that's a little bit strange, and it's that amidst all of the finery and the high kind of quality of everything around, the hearth and the fireplace appear to be like rough-hewn, like field stones that had been stacked and mortared, and totally don't jive with everything else. And the mantle of that, and sitting kind of where the mantle is a carved from kind of an ebony black stone, something that looks like a display of some sort, something that would hold up. Sork is immediately drawn to it and pulls out the family, the Blackmere family phase blade, which is you can see that this like ebony stone mount that would hold this blade aloft also has carved on it in a very ancient language the name of the blade, which is Falcorasivir. And he kind of wipes the dust away from the name of it and looks at it, and it reminds him of some of the things he was told by his grandparents, or his grandfather specifically, related to this blade, which is not very much, but was something at least.
As you're exploring the room, you see one more horse that missed your notice. It's a smaller one. It's porcelain. It's on a counter, and it's pulling a cart.
My gosh, there's horses everywhere.
And in this small cart being pulled by this porcelain horse, the horse is like ebony black and like beautiful. You get the idea that it might be like Thundermare or something. Yes, it is a porcelain horse. Behind it in the cart, you find a letter. It is a letter from Avalyn.
All right. The letter reads, Sork, it has been some time since I last trusted ink with anything important, but you always appreciated a fair warning. I miss our days in Calduvan together, but Arncliffe has treated me well of late. Duke Calver Varnmore is making preparations ahead of his arrival in town. Quiet ones, expensive ones, the sort that suggest he expects matters not to unfold cleanly. I don't know how closely you're standing to him these days, nor do I ask. I only thought you would want to know that the board is already being set, and that Calduvan will not be meeting him unguarded. If this concerns you, you know how to reach me. If not, forget I ever wrote. Avalyn, Quartermaster of the Gutterwake. Sork would take that letter and, he would kind of give a little bit of the 1,000-yard stare, right? Kind of staring off into space, but recalling maybe some of the events that were associated with, this individual, this letter in particular. Just remembering some of the close calls and the things that had happened previously in his life.
I imagine Sork has a vast network in a lot of cities of acquaintances, of people that he's worked with or done a job here or there for, or had to get some information from. And this is an old.
Yeah. I mean, Sork is, he looks like a man that's not too old, man maybe in his like mid-40s. But he being half elven, he's lived quite a long life, and this is from decades ago. But this is true. Like it just speaks to kind of the intrigue and the connections that he's made in a host of different places. He also maybe feels a little bit of regret that he hasn't maintained those relationships, but also maybe a bit of relief that he's beyond some of the headaches that existed during that time.
All right. Echo, what does your room look like?
So I have a question about how the hotel got to our preferences. Is it what we want or what we expect?
After Sork's, I'm not sure.
I demand horses.
I think it goes off of what you really need deep down.
It's a deep need.
Yes.
Okay. I think Echo's room is not too terribly large, and the walls are covered in these really beautiful and ornate tapestries of like wooded scenes and mountains. And I think she's got like a bed and a water basin and a vanity, and it's all relatively, I don't want to say plain. It's simple, but there are like very well-made details in them. So like the woodwork on the edge of the bed is, branching and ornately carved. And the vanity probably has some like gold filigree around it. And notably, everything is normal sized, but there are like the perfect little step stools for her to reach, like up to the basin and like get into the bed and stuff. So like everything hasn't been sized down for her. It's like it was back at home, where like everything was normal size, and she just had her little stools.
That's awesome. That's awesome. As you are looking around this room, you find also on your pillow, it is a letter from Nella.
What?
Oh,
Damn, that was fast.
uh,
The mail in this town is speedy.
I think we, oh shoot, there's like some Nora Ephron movie I was going to reference, but I don't remember which one. I think we both sent letters at the same time. I don't think that she's already responded to me.
Yeah. It's a lake house thing happening.
That's what I was going to say.
There we go.
Lake
It's the
house.
lake house, actually.
Nice.
Should I be the jerk and be the one that doesn't read this? No, I'm just kidding.
It's up to you.
You were already the jerk with your note from Thorn Woundkeeper.
I read that eventually, not to you guys, but
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, you sure keep a lot of secrets there.
Okay, letter from Nilla. Echo, I wanted to check in and make sure you're all right after the fight. I'm sorry I left so abruptly. Things moved faster than I expected, and I didn't trust myself to stay without making it worse. I left 2 health potions for you at the front desk of the Roselight Pavilion. Please take them, even if you think you don't need them. I'd hate for something to happen to you or one of your friends. I'll see you soon. Stay safe. Nella.
All right. After you guys get settled, you hear a tapping outside, a knocking on the hallway. And as you guys go out into the hallway, you see that Duke Renda's there along with Denny and Sharn and Kirkwood. And Fulbert, actually. The whole group has reconvened.
I think as he comes out, Dirk has a kind of a mixture of emotions, because on the one hand, the letter was very sweet, but he also realizes that this hotel made a room for him based on his wants, and he got a letter that he very much would have wanted.
That? Why do you have to say that? Why do you have to say it? Why couldn't you just be? Why can't it just be what it is?
I mean, that's why he's torn. He would love to believe that it was real, and that somehow the extra dimensional abilities of this building made that happen. You know, went to her desk drawer and found a letter that was never sent and somehow pulled it into this reality. But I think that he's trying to decide now whether or not he's going to let himself believe what he thinks might be a lie. A beautiful one, but a lie.
Isn't it pretty to think so?
Yeah.
Quoting Hemingway there. The sun also rises.
I think Sorek is pretty convinced that the hotel's broken right now. He's like, I don't think it's working. This can't be right.
Something's
I
going on.
think I got someone
here.
else's room.
I'm pretty sure it's a horse girl room.
Oh man. So as Denny approaches you guys, he pulls you all aside and he says, I was able to fleece that diamond that you found, and he hands you guys he hands over 500 gold.
We're rich.
Fantastic.
All right.
Here, everyone. Why don't we divvy this up just in case there are needs that come up? And with your permission, of course, my Lord Duke. But
He nods his head.
Yeah, I'll hand 125 gold to everybody else.
We're rich.
At least-
This is more money than I've ever seen.
The Duke leans over and he says, "Take a peek in here." And he pulls his
Oh my
unbuttons
God.
his chest,
Oh, no, please.
and he pulls out his
Oh my
leather
gosh.
his leather
It's
coin
huge.
purse.
Hey,
Oh,
Dirk,
here it is.
lower this.
It's so leathery.
And he opens it just slightly enough for you to look in and see some gold in there.
Like it pays to be the Duke.
From this angle, he's just looks like he's showing somebody something. He's like, "Huh? What do you think? It's pretty nice, huh?"
And
They're
Dirk is straight up
bright
giving
green.
like a okay thumbs up, like looking good.
Very nice. Yeah. Ooh.
Good.
So the Duke.
I bet you get a lot of friends with that.
Duke calls everyone's attention. He says, Yesa sent a note while you guys had vanished wherever you had disappeared to. I let them know that the Athenaeum had been compromised and it might not be a safe place to meet. She and her retinue are here at this hotel as well, and she's taken the initiative to set up rooms for us, she and I, to meet privately. Now,
How privately is privately?
I don't really understand how this extra-dimensional hotel works, but apparently she has worked with the owner of the building to create a space for she and I to meet privately.
Ooh, I
Don't
have
love
it
that.
on good authority that one
Yeah.
of the owners of this building may or may not be a great person. But we don't know
Kind-
which one or whether they are or not, so that's
You've
a little
been
dangerous.
here for 2 to 3 hours, like at most. What have you learned?
We talked with the house.
You... Kirkman like gives you a look. How many did you have to drink, son?
It's an extra plainlier bean or something.
Yeah.
It's above your pay grade, dude. Don't worry about it. That's what you have us for.
Yeah, we obviously were being very serious about our roles protecting you, and I will take the small pamphlet out, or the small book that I found. The small book was Sorg. Sorry, I'll take
Yeah.
out the book that I found, and I'll just kind of toss it across the table to Kirkman.
He picks it up and he looks at it for a sec. As you guys are like looking at him, his eyes aren't moving. You don't see him like reading. He's just looking at it, and then he hands it back.
Okay. Yeah. So anyways, you probably could tell this is a study on how these spaces work, and the fact that they seem to have there's some kind of agreement for how they operate, and
they meaning the
have a
human or
consciousness.
conscious they. Yeah, there it's they as in they them, not they as in it. Like this seems to be alive and responsive. We had a conversation.
You spoke to the house? Sharn asks.
yeah, it seems to be sick.
Got a little bit of a cold.
A little cold.
We'll have to figure that out later.
How-
But the important part here is I'm not fully sure we can trust that this will be completely confidential, this meeting, or safe.
And if believing that we spoke to the house is a bridge too far, Miri at the front desk honestly told us too that things have been acting up and not going right. And I mean, she tried to reassure us that there's, I guess, one wizard that could get you out if something goes wrong. But it sounds like if something does go wrong, you might become more of a permanent fixture in the house. And that's like best case scenario.
And it also sounds like that wizard himself doesn't even like to be in the house, which, you know, if the carpenter can't trust his own tools, scares me a bit.
You guys don't think there was a family of leopards that was staying here when they got stuck in the house when it rearranged, and now they're couches?
That's why it's in every room. I thought they just got a really good deal on a mass-produced couch.
I need 50 leopard couches.
With
No, not
Leopard
leopard
print,
print, actual leopards.
With giant palaces.
Yes. Sharn pipes up and she says, "This hotel is prestigious. It has been here for 100 years, maybe more. I'm not familiar with any tellings of events, of any like negative things happening in this hotel. I would be surprised if there was something wrong with this place."
Well, we were very thorough in our questioning when we arrived.
And I mean, would you say that it's maybe prestigious enough that they could make any stories about what might have happened kind of just go away?
This is a thing that money can do. I'll grant you that.
Well, regardless, there's even here, however safe it's going to be, we do have enemies in the city. We have people who are working against us, or potentially working against you, Duke Grand. People who wanted to eavesdrop on the conversation, and they were able to afford a pretty expensive spell component to make it happen. So I don't know that even this prestigious hotel would be beyond their reach.
I don't think it's prudent to do a one-on-one meeting, but that's just my opinion.
Well, what do my advisors suggest?
I mean, there's also this, and Echo's going to pull out the crumpled note that she found, and just point out, to me this says two things. One is that the Assassin's Guild is not on the same embargo as the Black Ledger, and for two, if I found this here and it's making reference to the barmaid here, I'm inclined to believe that they're expecting some sort of violence to break out here. So.
Oh, I thought the reference to the bath wench was because they work for Quick Quill, who hangs out at the baths where everyone is naked.
You think?
Oh no, everybody's been very clear that everybody's naked there, so I'm pretty sure.
I mean, the assassin was here, so...
Denny looks at it as well, and he says, yes, I think that that's probably referring to someone who works at the bathhouse, not someone that works here. Now, it isn't impossible that someone on the staff at any of the places that we go might be on the books, if you will, of the Black Ledger or any other organization. We have to be extra careful wherever we go. So I appreciate that you guys have been helping with all of these investigations.
I mean, from the looks of it, this was probably an attempt to recruit that servant of Quickwill who came and brought us his, apologies. And the fact that it was crumpled up and left on the floor makes me think that hopefully the invitation was declined.
Or it was a kind of a burn after reading situation and she just missed the fireplace.
Or the fireplace didn't burn it because the fireplace isn't real.
Because the house didn't want to burn it, so it let it be.
Well, all right.
Well,
maybe avoid here
then?
and the bathhouse. I don't know.
I don't think we can ever let our guard down. Is the deal.
Kirkman says,
Oh, good,
I
that's
don't
healthy.
want to leave my room. There are kegs on every wall.
Incredible.
I've never seen something so beautiful.
Did you guys have letters from long lost family members or old friends you hadn't talked to for years?
Kirkman shakes his head and he says, no, I had to taste every single one.
Oh, of course Kirkman didn't get a letter he can't read.
Then he shakes his head and he says, no, there was nothing of the sort in my room. Sharn...
That's giving Dirk some hope.
Sharn, she says, yes, I actually received a letter in my room.
Who from?
An old friend of mine. Who was your letter from?
A new friend of mine.
You had a letter?
Well, to old friends and new friends.
And old school marms.
School marms?
My letter was from my old school marm. Apparently I'm from Little House on the Prairie now.
School marm, huh?
The Duke says, I didn't get a letter either.
Okay, well, I think we're all in agreement that even if this place feels safe, it may not be. So we still need to be on our guard.
Do we have any... let's maybe look through what we've collected for the last little bit and see if there's anything that we could like use to get somebody else in the room, even though it's supposed to be a private, tete-a-tete?
Sharn pulls out, Sharn says, the invitation that the Duke received said he could bring one person with him, and that Vyessa would follow to the same guideline.
Well, my Lord Duke, there's one thing that could be to our advantage. You may recall we've used this in the past, but I have the ability to call it link minds with a handful of individuals. And so we might be able to use that to our advantage, at least during the duration of the meeting. While we won't be able to, not everyone be in the same room, I might be able to act as a liaison to an extent.
We also have that booger sugar that one farm kid was using to sneak out and meet his girl.
Oh, yeah. I
think we
totally
have-
was
Wait, doesn't that just make you invisible, though?
Yeah, invisible for 2 to 4 minutes or something.
I'm not gonna lie,
Or
I
2
don't
to 4
think
minutes.
I don't think invisibility is going to be slick enough. I feel like this is going to be more magical than that. It's going to be detectable.
Right, I'm just throwing it all out there. We have 3 uses of that. We have 3 bumps of that.
Because even I, Jesus, even I thought
I
maybe.
think there was just 2 left, actually. Maybe even just 1. I'm not sure.
I'm not even sure we got any.
I have to explain to my son what a bump is.
Then you bumped again. Then you bumped again.
Oh, man.
Didn't we also get a couple potions from that green-haired elf gal last time? Wasn't there a potion to make you small and a potion of, was it invisibility?
I'm just really not convinced that something that makes us smaller or invisible is going to be enough. I'm worried that the house is gonna know. Maybe I'm giving it too much credit.
No, I'm down with
Maybe
that.
we could bribe it. Maybe we could bribe that. Maybe we could ask the house, since we're gonna help it feel better. Maybe we could get all of us into a secret room where we're just kind of listening on the other side.
Honestly, with it being sick, I feel bad asking it to rearrange anymore.
That's fair.
And I don't necessarily think we should use any of this to, get more of us into the room, but if the Duke goes in and something goes sideways, it would be maybe another arrow in our quiver to get him back out safe.
Yeah, hey, Duke, take this one helping of this dust of disappearance, so that way, if you need to get scarce, you have between 2 and 8 minutes of not being around.
All right, I will keep this on my person.
I'm going to remove it from the inventory.
We also could offer a counter proposal and offer to meet at a different location. We could try to go to the petaled throne. There is we could go to the throne room. We could go to some of the chambers within the castle itself and have the discussion there. Although the reason that I'm sure she wanted to meet was to make it less apparent or obvious to any watchers that we are meeting. And if we met there, it would be much more public. And Duke Varnmore would know that she and I have met in person.
If he ever shows up.
Yes, that is a troubling rumor.
Now that I think about it, though, just because this place isn't 100% secure, I don't know that this is the worst option out of all other options.
It is a strange place, but the safety of it, and this is Sharn talking. It's a strange place, but the safety of it is that no outside eyes can get in. The hotel staff are the ones that usher you from room to room, rather than you being able to walk around freely. No one would be able to get in unwanted.
I guess then I would ask that whoever puts you in that room, that we have somebody on them. So the staff member responsible for moving you in and out of that room is watched by somebody from Vyessa and somebody from you.
That seems wise.
And
Well,
I mean, maybe I know that none of y'all give me weird looks for this, but maybe we could ask the house not to rearrange itself, but to see if it can tell where people are, and we could ask it if there's just the number that should be in the room.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and this is Sharn again. You think this house can talk to you?
Oh, you want to take a little trip?
We don't think it can talk
no.
to us. We think this extra planar
bump on that line.
being has communicated.
No, I mean, like, hey, you want to go visit? You want to go say hi?
I explicitly said, don't look at me like that.
I think we have more pressing things, but if we could use it to our advantage, if you are correct, then of course we should use every advantage we can take.
Well, it can't hurt to ask. Okay.
So, what's the plan? Do we try to postpone the meeting?
I think the meeting has to go through. I think it's important, and this isn't the worst place. I think having some precautions, having somebody who you trust in there with you, having somebody on the person who is the keeper, who lets you in and out of the room, and then also maybe just double checking with the house if they can give us any information, because we might as well use every tool.
Who did you think you'd have in the room with you?
I'm up for suggestions. He kind of looks around the room. Make an insight check.
Oof, only a 12.
Nora rolled a nat 20 for a 25.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why
yeah.
this was my roll, but hell yeah.
It worked that time.
Hold on one sec. I rolled a 9, but I'm going to use my burst of clarity to see if I can add to that. A 4, so a 13.
Okay.
Echo got 7.
All right.
Oh, that's actually a good point. Did we get a short rest while we were doing all this stuff?
Yeah, you guys would have been able to have a short rest while you were having your drinks and talking.
Cool.
Okay, so Sorik, Echo, you're kind of looking around the room, like maybe waiting for someone to like raise their hand and say, "I'll be the one that goes." Sorik, you, and Dirk, you know that there's maybe an awkward tension of a few people think that they should be the one that goes. A couple of different advisors here that might have different advice and maybe competing people. I mean, everyone's there to help the Duke and support the Duke, but they all think highly of their position, their role, and think a few of them, specifically like Denny and Sharn, their bearing is more like they didn't expect this to be a question. Sharn is hiding it very well, but Nora, you can see that she's angry. She's very angry that it's even a question and not just automatically assumed.
Honestly, I agree. Like, my first thought was like, wouldn't it be Sharn? So I think Nora would kind of, noticing that and having that be her first thought was like, Sharn makes most sense, would say it. I mean, it seems like Sharn would be the most logical choice. She's a great protector as well as insightful and knows more about the game than anyone else here.
I think that's fair. If it's amenable to everyone else, though, I would say let's establish the mental connection, if we can, using my Fiosrock, and I can try to narrate what's happening during the meeting to everyone else.
That's a great idea.
While you're in there, or how? I thought only one person could accompany him.
Well, if he connects with you and you relay to him, then he can relay to everybody else.
Got it.
But that might be, I don't know, would that be splitting your attention too much?
It may be splitting my attention too much. I
Maybe
wouldn't be
he
able to
doesn't
think
need to
about what's happening.
narrate word for word, but you know, if it would be good to have the connection just in case something goes wrong. Or what if you connected with Sharn?
That's what I was thinking, specifically.
I think that would be maybe for the best.
My thought was either Sharn or you, Sorek, or you, Denny, or you, Kirkmid, or even you, Blendis. Just not me. Please, not me.
Sword Tender Blendis kind of bows his head and he says, much appreciated. Yes, I think I would be a wise advisor in this as well.
Maybe you, Echo. You want to go?
Echo doesn't want to go, but when you listed like literally everyone else at the table, she wanted to be mentioned. Oh yeah, okay.
Nora,
You didn't say Nora or Sorek.
Just chopped liver.
I think I'm too mistrusting of other people to go personally, but I think it would be helpful if I could maybe have a connection, Sharn, if you're willing to, and then I can relay information as you perceive it to the rest of the group. And that way, if action is needed or we need to start making precautions, we at least have the ability to do so.
I agree. I think I am the right choice for this as well.
With that said, I'm going to ask a question of you, Scott.
Yeah.
Dirk remembers hearing that she kind of felt somewhat passed over for her position, and the fact that she was reconnecting with an old friend from foreign lands. Is Dirk worried that Sharn may be seeking her own interest in that meeting, or even something worse?
Why don't you make an insight check?
Wow, how could you?
No, she's been hella sketched this last episode or two.
Wow,
Okay,
she's
that's
our
it.
friend. You guys have no loyalty.
Okay, now this is really important. I rolled an 18 already, but I'm going to take a calming breath and try real hard, and I'm going to add a D10 to that as well, just to see if I can't make sure. Oh, a 19.
You're going to look into her soul.
Okay.
And if this fails, I get them back, so.
Okay. You get that one back.
Oh, dang it.
No, I was saying that you get that one addition. Oh no, you get to re-roll it. Never mind. Okay. As you're looking at Sharn and trying to read her expression, you traveled with her for a while now. You know all these people. I mean, not super well, but you know them pretty well. You've traveled on the road together. You've gone through some fights together. You know her pretty well at this point. You don't get the impression like she's trying to betray the Duke. You don't get any ill intent from her. But you have a thought as you're standing there watching around everybody that you haven't thought like that about each person at the table.
Okay. Yeah. With that's kind of opened my mind, and I wish that we had a mental connection already so I could get everybody else speaking. But yeah, I would kind of take Kirkmid. Did Kirkmid say anything about wanting to be in there?
No.
Okay, so
Blendis did, right?
Blendis and
really
Denny seem to
it.
both want to be in it too.
I never liked Blendis ever since he talked shit to me.
He was concerned about his position.
Okay.
Yeah, he's concerned about his position because he's a snake in the grass.
With that said, then I will say, before I kind of look into everybody else's eyes and try to gauge what they're feeling, I will say, I would agree then. Yeah, Sharn, I think you're the right person. And just like the Duke, I think you should have this in case you need to make a fast exit. And I'll hand her another of the pinch of dust of disappearance.
She will take it and she'll say, thank you.
You can't
Dirk.
give away her whole stash, Dirk.
That is our whole stash. I gave her mine, so there's still one in the party inventory.
Too funny. Okay.
And now I'd love to look around the room and see if I can get anything from Fulbert or Denny.
You feel suspicious. You're not sure who, but you feel suspicious.
I'm sitting next to Nora, so I'm just gonna kind of put my hand over on Nora's forearm and just give it a squeeze.
Okay. All right. The Duke he stands up and he says, well, if we're ready then, I think we move to the front lobby. We can have our attendants waiting for us there. We'll meet with her attendants and we can proceed. Do we have to hold hands when you connect our minds, Sorg?
Well,
Yeah.
I think when I saw it before, it looked like you guys were doing like a shoulder rub chain.
It's kind of like where you put your hands in like the back pockets of your boyfriend's jeans, like they did in like the 80s and stuff. Like, so we all just put our hands in each other's pockets and squeeze real hard.
It's nothing quite like that. If you'll permit me just one moment, and Sork will, he kind of is looking across this table, or is it a table, or is it just kind of like a rug area?
Yeah, it's like a rug area. You guys are in the hallway outside of your rooms.
Oh, okay, yeah. And he'll kind of look over at Sharn and the Duke, and his eyes will turn kind of this jet black for a moment, as will theirs, and then immediately go back to normal. And now the link is set, and it will last for how much time do we have before the meeting takes place?
You get the impression like you're headed there now.
Okay, perfect. Well then, let's just do it. It'll be 5 hours, so.
Okay. And it's
as
only,
long as
only you three? Is that
yes.
your max people? Okay.
Yeah, 2 creatures and myself.
Okay.
And as long as we're within 1 mile, then we can communicate telepathically.
Okay. All right. So the Duke and everybody starts walking towards the hallway, and they call to the front lobby.
If I can get Sorik aside for just a little bit as we're walking up, I will whisper to him, I trust Sharn, but there's something going on. Somebody here. There's somebody in the Duke's inner circle that I'm not trusting. I think Sharn is genuine, but I think there's somebody.
Can I roll an insight check as well after hearing that from?
Yeah.
So you
may want to warn the Duke and Sharn of the same thing.
And I'm gonna, I'm just trying to I'm trying to use my burst of clarity stuff all the time on this. Okay. So I rolled a 9 and then burst of clarity for an additional 5.
Okay.
And so for 14, what I want to try to accomplish here is Sorik isn't a soldier, but he trusts a soldier's intuition because he knows that those things have been honed in life and death situations. So when Dirk voices this type of concern, Sorik takes that pretty seriously. So now he's like just pouring through his mind, thinking of like, could there be? Has there been anything out of place? Anything somebody said or done? Where have they gone? What have they, how have they behaved? So he's just trying to see if anything comes to mind.
Okay. And you got a 14? 15?
14.
14. You, as you're kind of thinking about it, you know that everyone has kind of separated from the group a handful of times, except for Kirkmid. Kirkmid has been by the Duke's side the entire time, but both Denny and Fulbert have left to run errands, if you will. They haven't been at the inn or with the Duke the entire time. You're not sure about Sharn, because she has been with the Duke every time you have seen the Duke, or nearby, same hotel, same location. But you know that both Denny, he ran to go and fleece the diamond, and Fulbert, he went to the temple quarter today. So the two of them have been away from the Duke for some period of time while you guys were out as well.
Are you sure, Dirk? I mean, there's could be potentially anybody.
I'm not sure. It's a feeling, and like I said, I think from what I'm feeling, I trust Sharn, and it may just be the cleavage. I don't know.
Fair, yeah.
It's a convincing thing.
It's compelling.
She makes a very convincing argument. Yeah,
two very convincing arguments.
No, okay. There's just this. I feel like it's all coming to this point, and there were 3 people who wanted to be in that room with the Duke, and 2 people very disappointed that they weren't. or that they won't be.
That's troubling, and you're not wrong. Well, let's keep our eyes open. Pay attention as I'm kind of narrating and telling you what thoughts are coming from Sharn or from the Duke as we're all connected. Pay attention to the reactions of those around us, would you? I may
will.
not be as perceptive, but hopefully we can keep an eye out.
Okay. And if we get a chance, again, as we're traveling, we're moving to the room, whatever, I will say the same thing to Echo and Nora, but basically say, like, Nora especially, because I know that you are pretty observant, I'll say, keep an eye on Denny. See how he reacts to all this. And then to Echo, I'll say, and I think you should keep an eye on Fulbert. And I'll keep an eye open too, but we need to... I'll keep an eye on Kirkman, but we need to see if anything... We need to watch for their reactions, because I'm not feeling super secure, even with our own group here.
All right. You guys make your way to the lobby of the Roselight Pavilion. In the lobby, there are a lot of people. You see both Lyria and Miri. Lyria, the first attendant that was at the entrance that kind of talked to you. She was kind of the senior person there. And also Miri, who has been kind of ferrying you between the different rooms. And then there's also a lot of new faces. You have you have the Duchess and her husband and son. There's a soldier, there is a priest, and there is a gnome and an elf woman also behind her. So I'll go through and describe some of the people. The Duchess, this is some of your guys' first time meeting her. Maybe Sorik may have run into her at some point in his past, but I don't think the rest of you guys would have. She is a human. She's got like stark white hair. She's older. She's, maybe early 50s. So she, past her prime, but not old yet. She's got a very keen eyes. Like she sees the world very astutely. She's wearing kind of silvers and grays. She has like a bright blue, like lapis brooch at her neck. She carries herself very regal. She's got like a flowing gown on, and then like a cape to go with it, wearing like really neatly adorned leather gloves. She's like the picture of like elegance and like stately regal demeanor. Like she looks the part of a duchess in all of the ways that Duke Grand does not look like the Duke. And they're an interesting contrast to each other. Standing next to her is her husband, also a human. He's older than she is. He's maybe in his 60s, or like later on in his 60s. He's got a short, like a trimmed white beard. He's wearing the same sort of silver colors, but they're in like furs, some sort of animal pelt built into the cloak that he's wearing. Neither of them look like they're wearing armor. They seem to just be wearing very fancy, nice clothes. He's got a stern look, a friendly face. I guess that token doesn't capture that, but he's also like eyeing the room and like watching everyone very carefully.
I forgot to mention this before we were walking over, but I did want to cast See Invisibility, like as we were making our way over here. So I just want to make sure I can see everybody who's there. Okay,
that is a great idea. The next one, so on the other side of the Duchess, is the younger man that was in the bar with you guys. This is their son, Rennick. He's got long brownish hair, pulled back to like about shoulder length, but he's got it like pulled back over his head, and he seems to have it like tied into some sort of a bun in the back, or like a ponytail that kind of is like dangles in the back. He's wearing also the same like silver and silver kind of clothes, like grayish, but then his has like golden embroidery. He's wearing armor where his parents don't seem to be wearing any armor. His tunic seems to be made out of like very hard or like oiled leather. Very regal and elegant, but it does seem to have some sort of function or functionality to it rather than just adornment. Going down the line, right next to him is a halfling woman. She was also in the tavern of the Roselight Pavilion, the Roselight Rest Stop. She's the woman that was talking to the other guard. She's a halfling woman. She's maybe 3.5 feet tall, light brown hair. She's got plate armor, and the crest on it is the same insignia as the rest of the Duchess Morent and those that come from Senbara. Jory Cobb, he's the Hearthbinder that we introduced in the last episode. He was the one that was talking to Hearthbinder Jory Cobb was talking to Sword Tender Fulbert Blendus. Priest of Iroh, kind of earthy colors. He also has like long hair, very, very like stoic face, kind of almost emotionless. Next to him, directly behind the Duchess, is an elf woman. She's wearing...
I'm pretty sure that's Deadpool's girlfriend.
Maybe. It vaguely does look like Deadpool's girlfriend. Morena Baccarin?
Marina Baccarin?
Baccarin, yeah, something like that. It does actually vaguely look like her. Very dark hair. She's wearing like greens and cream colors on her bodice and her dress. She's not wearing armor. It looks like she's it's like cloth clothing. It does not look like there's any sort of functionality to her clothes. She's got a tiara on that's like very leafy. It's also got like jade pendants on it. She's very beautiful. She's hard to tell ages of elves, but she looks to be an adult woman. And the last person I'll describe is a gnome that is in next to the others. She has big glasses and like bright teal hair and big gnomish ears. And she's got like a padded armor, so it looks like a stiff cloth. And she's also wearing greens and browns on her as well that kind of match similar colors to the elf. And that is the whole group. Sorry that took a minute, but here we are.
No, it's okay. But this gnome girl, could that be
Yeah, that's
Nella?
what Echo's gonna like nudge Dirk and be like, mouth like Nella?
I don't want to be racist, but that was my first thought.
Well, I mean, she's like got the same similar description of ears, and anyway, I'm just gonna try to make eye contact with her and just give her a little tap on my nose.
Okay, make a perception check.
That was only a 12.
Okay, that was enough. She tries to hide her reaction from you, but you see she looks like caught for like a brief moment and then kind of snaps back to attention.
Perfect. Okay.
I love to death that she was like, I'm gonna look so different next time you see me. And she just changed her hair color. That's so good.
Hey,
Hardly recognize her.
most men would think it's an entirely different woman. So the Duchess steps forward and she offers a hand to the Duke, and so does her husband and her son. And they all shake hands. Duchess says, Grend, so good to see you. How was the trip? And everybody's kind of shaking hands, and the Duke says, well, it was eventful. I'm sure you've heard the news about Tharndell. She kind of nods her head. And her son, his attention is elsewhere. He's kind of looking at the rest of the group, and he's more looking at Sharn than the Duke. But the husband seems to be in a conversation with the Duke as well. They start exchanging pleasantries. The Vallessa says, well, shall we proceed to our meeting? I'd hoped it would be a little bit more clandestine than all gathered together in the common room of an inn, but here we are. And the Duke says, well, I apologize that we couldn't meet where you'd wanted. He kind of looks back at Sorik and he says, I had my best people on making sure that it was safe, and we found that it wasn't. So I appreciate you guys being flexible with the location. The Duchess says, ever concerned about my safety. And the Duke says, well, should we get on with it? I'd like to hear what you have to say. And Sharn, she kind of nudges the Duke a little bit on the side. The Duke, he kind of stiffens and he bows a little bit more, kind of adopts a little bit more formality. And he says, of course, Duchess, let's get on with this, and we will, I'm very interested to see what you have to present to me. He's kind of floundering and kind of struggling to find the right words. He's very visibly uncomfortable. And the Duchess Duchess Vyessa turns to her son and she says, Renek, be a dear and make sure that everyone behaves in here. I should hate for something to happen while we're having our discussion. And
What
Renek,
the hell does that mean?
That was cryptic.
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
it's tense, and she's trying to, talk to him. Well, make an insight check.
I know I was supposed to be keeping an eye on Danny, but I got distracted. That's a 16 from Nora.
It's a natural 1 for 2.
Oh no.
8 from Echo.
Ooh, Sork got a 19.
So Dirk and Echo, that makes you feel nervous. You feel like, oh no, could they be planning something? Is there an attack going to happen on all the advisors, while they're in their private meeting? Nora and Sorik, you get the idea, she's trying to make her son feel useful, he's kind of a petulant boy, and she is trying to control him a little bit and give him a task so that he doesn't cause trouble.
Petulant boy, you're being a brat.
I was going to say, we've got a halfling back at the... Where do we have him? We have a halfling somewhere that he would get along with great, it sounds like.
Oh yeah, 100%. Okay, so with that, Lyria, she says, the room is prepared. The house always accommodates. And Miri here will take care of ferrying you to the right location. And Lyria takes her leave, and she moves back to the entrance of the inn. And Miri goes to the gateway, and she starts doing her song and her Elvish and Sylvan chanting that she does, and a doorway opens. And this opens to a very simple, small room, about 20 by 20, with a table in the middle of it, with 2 chairs on either side. The Duke steps in, or the Duke
Can
walks
we give
up.
it a good scan, just before they enter the room? Make sure nobody's in there. Make sure there's no visible people in there. Give it the all clear.
Of
Like
course.
a SWAT team.
So what are you gonna the Duke and Duchess are moving towards.
I'll just say, Your Dukeliness, let us just have a quick peek inside for both of your safety.
The first reaction of any sort of emotion that you've seen from Vyessa, she openly laughs when you say Dukeliness. Dukeliness. And she kind of mutters that under her breath. And Duke Gren says, yes, Chanter Nora, that's an excellent idea.
I hate this lady.
And then, Nora will just stick her head in there. Do you want me to do an investigation? I mean, I'm assuming it's probably
investigation
fine.
or perception check, yeah.
I just don't want her to think that, we're not paying attention. That's an 18 investigation.
Okay. And you had detect invisibility on as well, so you feel pretty confident that there are no beings hiding anywhere.
Clear.
visible or otherwise. You have a better idea of how the house operates. This room may have been created just now for this meeting. So it may not have existed an hour or two ago.
That's reassuring then. So that there wasn't, it maybe not have existed long enough for somebody to be in there and tampered with it.
The Duke again, he steps up to walk through the door, and Sharn grabs him on the arm, and she motions to the Duchess, and Grend kind of bows very awkwardly, and Vayessa kind of.
Yeah, I'm confident we did the right thing in sending Sharn. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a little disappointed that the Duke even had that up in the air. I think he should have had more faith in Sharn. Makes me question his character and leadership.
I think that's been the question the entire time you've met him. Vayessa she offers a brief curtsy to his bow, and then steps through the doorway, followed by her husband. And then Grend and Sharn also pass through, and they vanish when the gateway closes. Sorik, you can hear in your mind. Sharn she asks, Sorik, can you hear me still? Or have we gone more than a mile away?
I can still hear you.
Excellent. I wonder if they have any shenanigans like this in play as well, but we shall see.
I think we should plan on it.
Well,
please do be observant.
And you as well. Be watchful of the elf. She's the Duchess's closest attendant.
Noted. I'm going to turn my back and kind of face Dirk and just whisper, be like, pay close attention to the elf. Sharn says that's the Duchess's closest attendant.
Don't have to ask me twice. She's gorgeous, guys. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. I think that is an excellent place to stop for tonight. So you guys are outside the gateway. You're out. The Duke and the Duchess have gone to their meeting. You have set it up as best you can. And next time we get together, we will see what happens.
Well, awesome. Hey, listeners, thanks for joining us on this awesome episode. Probably one of the best.
10 out of 10.
It was such a good sode. It's just give me another good sode.
Real sweet sode. I know a lot of you have been asking for more, big dick leopards in our podcast. So we did that for you this time.
It's the only thing we're missing.
In spades.
Yes.
Anyway, don't forget to rate us, tell your friends about us, join us on Discord. Consider Patreon. We're going to record Your Neighbor's Potatoes after this episode, so there'll be some more discussion in a week for those patrons at the $5 tier or more. And until we get together next time, we hope you have a great time.